good afternoon, and welcome to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. Good afternoon to you, everyone. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. Yes, I am back in person. I just want to, before we go into this week's activities, apologize for the show last week in terms of, I know that some persons weren't able to hear the show last week. My humblest apologies. But I trust and hope that you are tuned in today. Today is February 10, and you're tuned into Sports Talk right here on the family station Love 101. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can join me on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. And also you can send me a WhatsApp at 876-997-3125. Or you can give me a call at 876-968-8327 or 8328. Fantastic show. Of course, fantastic show lined up for you today. Lots and lots have happened. Lots and lots have happened since last week, and I'm so excited to share with you. Coming up in the show today, we'll be focusing on the West Indies. Now, they would have closed out their one-day international series with Australia. We'll talk about that. And we'll also we'll have a special preview of Super Bowl 58. Yes, Super Bowl 58. We'll be having a NFL analyst join us later in the show today. So we're just looking forward to what is to come in the show. Great things to happen. I mean, I'm excited about the show. Yes, because my team is the team that I support is in the Super Bowl final. And so I'm just so excited to talk about that comes up. Actually, the Super Bowl will be tomorrow. So yes, so we're talking about that today. As I said, fantastic show lined up for today, and just looking forward to your feedback. So let me know. We're going to be talking about Super Bowl. Let me know we're going to be talking about West Indies, focusing on that. So let me know what you felt about the West Indies performance against Australia in the one-day series, which they lost 3-0. And also let me know about how do you feel about the West Indies performance in the first T20 international against Australia. Right, so again, you get a chance to share your thoughts later down in the show. But of course, the first thing that we do on Sports Talk every Saturday is to go to our sports highlights. And of course, every week, like always, we start off our sports highlights with what is happening locally in the Jamaica Premier League. Of course, I would have given you the matches last week, the upcoming matches, and so we'll take a look at the results of those matches, and then we will look forward, or we will look ahead to the matches to come next week. All right, so on Sunday, Palmer United, they played Dunby Holding, and that match ended 1-1, with Dunby Holding ending with 10 men in that match. Lime Hall Academy, they played Treasure Beach. That ended 1-0 in favor of Lime Hall Academy. You had Montego Bay United, they played Vere. They ended up 2-0 winners over Vere. However, Montego Bay United ended with 9 men. Mount Pleasant, they themselves and Malangs United, they played to a 1-1 draw. Cavalier beat Waterhouse 1-0. And on the Monday Night Football, Harbourview, they defeated Humble Lion 4-2, while 9-man Tivoli Gardens beat Arnett Gardens 3-1. All right, and then we look forward to the we'll look ahead rather to the matches coming up this week in the Jamaica Premier League. So tomorrow, Dunby Holding, they'll play Treasure Beach. Montego Bay United, they'll play Arnett Gardens. Humber Lion, they will play Tivoli Gardens. Cavalier, they'll play Lime Hall Academy. Mullines United, they'll play Portmore United. And for Monday, there will play Waterhouse, and Harbourview, they'll play Mount Pleasant. And this is match week 18 of the Jamaica Premier League. All right, looking further afield to the English Premier League, I'll give you the update on the matches that took place since morning and then the matches to come tomorrow. Right, in the English Premier League. All right, so since morning, Man City, they would have played Everton, defeated Everton 2-0. Fulham, they would have defeated Bournemouth 3-1. Liverpool had a similar victory against Burnley. So did Sheffield against Luton. Tottenham, they defeated Brighton 2-1. Brentford, they defeated Wolves 2-0. And currently, after 35 minutes, it's 1-1 with Newcastle against Nottingham Forest. For tomorrow's game in the English Premier League, West Ham, they'll play table toppers Arsenal, and Aston Villa, they'll play Manchester United. And on Monday in the English Premier League, Crystal Palace, they will play Chelsea, and that will round off that week of matches. Right. All right, let's skip over to what's happening in the NBA. All right, so let's look at last night's matches. The Hawks defeated the 76ers 127-121. The Celtics, they defeated the Wizards 133-129. The Raptors, they defeated the Rockets 107-104. The Bucks, they defeated the Hornets 120-84. Kings, they defeated the Nuggets 135-106. And Lakers, they defeated the Pelicans 139-122. And the matches coming up today in the NBA will be the Pistons, they will play the Clippers. The Nets, they will play the Spurs. Hornets, they will play the Grizzlies. Magic, they will play the Bulls. Wizards, they will play the 76ers. Hawks will play the Rockets. Knicks will play Pacers. Raptors will play Cavaliers. The Warriors will play the Suns. And the Trailblazers will play the Pelicans. All right, so the regional 4-day tournament, that's cricket that we've skipped over to. So the regional 4-day tournament would have begun, and things have not started so well for the Jamaica team, but let's go to the games that are still in progress. So currently it's Guyana versus Trinidad and Tobago. This is saying Trinidad and Tobago, they're 215 for 4. But let's go to the Jamaica versus the Windward Islands, right? Let me just write. Windward Island volcanoes. Great, right. So the Jamaica team would have put on what I say a subpar performance against the Windward Island Volcanoes, and that is the West Indies Championship. So this is a 4-day tournament that was played, or that is being played. It's just started. The Windward Islands, they would have defeated the Jamaica Scorpions by 9 wickets. Scores in the match: Jamaica first innings was bowled out for 159. In reply, the Windward Island Volcanoes, they made 341, and in the second innings, Jamaica, they would have made 234, giving the Windward Islands just 55 runs to chase down for victory, which they did by just losing one wicket. So the Windward Islands Volcanoes, they defeated Jamaica Scorpions by 9 wickets. I mean, I don't know if anything is synonymous with the Jamaica team and the West Indies squad, because they seem to be unable to perform with the bat. Yeah. So, yeah, right. So, I mean, it's you'd want to think that a home advantage would have allowed them to, I don't know, to be better performers, but apparently that it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. In some other news, though, Fraser McConnell, he actually signed with a Asiona team. Now, this is a big thing because I believe last season he would have driven with a team that was led by Louis Hamilton. And I think that was just on a test basis. But now he has signed with a team with it's a Extreme E Live team. So we want to say congratulations to Fraser McConnell, and we look forward to what he will bring in the 2024 season. So having been named on that team it's a big deal. It's a big deal for those who follow car racing. It's a big deal. And Fraser McConnell has been flying or flag high. Have been flying or flag high on that scene. So we say congratulations, Fraser, and we look forward to what is to come as it relates to the race car driving. So we're going to take a break now on Sports Talk. We're going to come back with more sports highlights. So stick and stay right here to the family station of 101. We'll be right back.
The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets blow. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them graves. We can champion, we can do it together.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
On Wednesday, February 14, 2024, the world will pause to observe Ash Wednesday and Valentine's Day.
Yes, and on Wednesday, February 14, Love 101, the family station, will celebrate 31 years of service.
31 years of giving the wind a mighty voice. 31 years of love.
On Sunday, February 11 at 11 a.m., we invite you to join us, if you can, for our anniversary service of Thanksgiving,
which will be held at the Emmanuel Apostolic Church in Portmore. The host pastor and speaker will be Bishop Everton Thomas.
And we will hear from our new general manager and authors.
That's the 31st anniversary service of Thanksgiving for Love 101.
Sunday, February 11 at 11 a.m. at the Emmanuel Apostolic Church in Portmore.
Stronger together. Work together.
Live together.
Love together. The family station.
31 years.
Stronger together. This is a special announcement from Love 101 and Love Television. Our general offices will be closed to the public on Ash Wednesday, February 14, 2024, and will reopen on Thursday, February 15 at 8:30 a.m. Programs and commercials for Wednesday, February 14 and Thursday, February 15 should be submitted by 1 p.m. on Tuesday, February 13, and obituaries and notices by 1:30 p.m. on the same day to ensure scheduling for broadcast. Love 101 and Love TV wish for you and yours a peaceful, powerful, and productive Ash Wednesday.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the Family Station. As I said, we will continue with some sports highlights before we kick it into gear into what we have to talk about for today. All right, so earlier this week, Jamaica esports racers Jaden Harris and Joshua Brady, they made their international debuts on the iRacing platform in fine style. Harrison, he finished second overall in the round 2 of the Esports Ukraine DAU GT3 Solar Endurance Series event, while Brady, he finished 13th after having to overcome 2 drive-through penalties during the race on the weekend. So we want to say congratulations to Joshua Brady and Jaden Harrison, who have been doing wonderful or have done wonderful on the first iRacing International event. And coming up, the Jamaica under 20 will look to qualify for the CONCACAF under 20 championship. And this is set to take place in Basseterre St. Kitts and Nevis. Jamaica, they'll play Martinique, Grenada, and Bermuda. So we're looking forward to seeing if our young lads can follow the senior lads in qualifying for the CONCACAF championships. So we look forward to that. Right? Yes. All right. So let's go back. As I said, we are going to be talking about 2 things today. The first being the West Indies performance against Australia, or should I say the West Indies non-performance against Australia. But we'll start off by talking about the one-day series. So the West Indies would have played Australia in a 3-match one-day series that would have ended 3-love to Australia. Yeah. So it's, I'm just not like, I'm not gonna come here and be I'm not gonna really bash the team. I'm just gonna say that the team just didn't put on a good performance, and it kind of showed throughout. There was no, I don't know, because there was just no, it's almost like this, even though it's different players that's playing, or some of them, would have come over from the test squad. But it's kind of the same lackluster performance that we're getting from our batters. So we would have won the toss once. We would have bat first in the first one day, would have bat second, so would have chased down in the second, and it would have bat first in the third. And it was just like, it just got progressively worse. I don't know how best I wanna put everything, but it really just got progressively worse for the team, and it just didn't seem to go anywhere. Like the game, it just didn't seem to go anywhere. The performance of the team, you'd think that after a riveting performance in the test matches, having able to draw that series, that somehow they would have drawn on some sort of, I don't know, some sort of inspiration from the test team. Yeah, that didn't quite happen. That didn't quite. It just got, like, when you think it couldn't get any worse, it got worse. Yeah, it was like the series was like that. It just got worse and worse and worse. And when you think it couldn't get any better, yeah, man, it got worse. And I'm like, yeah, man, we definitely cannot afford to be. And then, there were persons still talking and saying, the West Indies shouldn't have fielded such a poor team, and it's still a young team. And I hear all of those conversations. Yes, it's still a young team, and I agree, it's still a young team. But I mean, cricket takes diligence and focus and all of that, and I don't think that this squad has it. Like, they just don't really have the diligence right now, and that is really showing in our performance. Yeah, it's really showing in our performance, and it's very sad. So I'll take you through the second one day. So in the second one day, Australia would have made 258 for 9. In chasing that down, West Indies would have only made 175. 175, right? And then in the third one day, so to close off the series, so in the second match, you'd think that they would have, all right, say, they didn't win the first match. All right, let's try to make it the second match. All right, that didn't happen. Then the third match in the series, you'd think that I would want to take shame out of my eye now to, for the performance. Australia, West Indies bat first because they lost the toss, and and Australia sent them into bat first. Australia bowled out the West Indies for 86 measly runs, of which Australia then made 87 for 2, and so Australia won by 8 wickets. And then the T20 performance, it actually wasn't so bad. I watched most of the game. I just thought that it just took us a while to kind of get into the groove, and we're always trying to chase down after, really and truly in the T20 match, a good foundation was actually laid for this match. So in that match, the West Indies lost by 11 runs to Australia, and that's the first of 3 T20s. The next T20, it will come up tomorrow, right? So in the match, Brandon King, so we started on a good note because Brandon King and Johnson Charles, it was 89 for 1. So they would have put on 89 runs. So they would have set a good start, and then it kind of petered down from there. Ravman didn't really make any runs, and Shea Hope didn't really make any runs. And then Jason Holder tried to win the match, and then it didn't happen. So we'll look to see what will happen in the remaining matches. As I said, the match will come up, the next T20 match rather, will come up tomorrow, and that will happen, I think it's 11 p.m. Jamaica time, right? Currently, the head-to-head now is Australia is 14, and West Indies is 6 wins. So yeah, nothing to write home about. Just continued poor performance by the West Indies all around, and it's just not. It's just not. Yeah. It's just not the best thing, and this is not something that because you want the matches to be competitive, and I think coming out of the one day international, and the team, put up a good performance in the T20. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good performance. It was a fighting performance, but of course we're always like trying to chase it down as usual. West Indies, if they don't make you like be close to like having a heart attack or something like that, it was a West Indies that's playing. You're always on the edge of your seat, whether by just a poor performance or just whether by them trying to carry a match very close for them to win. But yeah, so that's that. And we look forward to the next 2 T20s, which will close off or series down on this. Would have played tests one day, and now the just 2 more T20s to go, and we will close off that entire series in Australia. Right. And then some of the players, they will come back to play the regional 4-day in the regional 4-day championship. So yeah. Also happening today, the Camperdown Classics. That's happening at the National Stadium. So if you are interested in watching or young stars, that's our track and field young stars, you can actually watch the Camperdown Classics or stop at the stadium, see what's going on. And know some of our senior athletes also will be making their season debut at the Camperdown Classics. One that can come to mind now is Antonio Watson. I hear he's to kick off his season today at the Camperdown Classics. So that is something that we will look forward to. Yesterday, we also had athletes performing in the indoor meet, namely Rashid Broadbell. He would have won his race, as well as Tina Clayton. I'm not getting confused, right? So the Clayton twins, they went 1-2 in the 60-meter race as well. So we are looking to see the indoor championships will be coming up soon. And so I guess everybody's laying down their mark. Sasha Lee Forbes would have laid down her mark. Brianna Liston would have laid down her mark. So we'll see how the J3s will go about picking the team. Tajay Gale also in at that same meet in Arkansas, I believe. He jumped 8.15 meters to finish second in the men's international long jump. So again, Tajay Gale making his name or trying to make a mark to make it to the World Indoor Championship. And of course, last week, Kerry McLeod would have jumped a world leading so far in the long jump. So we look forward to what is to come. As I said, the track and field season is just starting. It's heating up though, because the Gibson relays are fast approaching. And of course, once the Gibson relays and the corporate area meets and the Western relays, once those things are out of the way, then you know it's right head on to championship. I just want to say one thing on this matter. Champs is coming up. ISA has released their tickets. So, if you need to purchase tickets for Champs, you buy them online. But just to say, I see ISA trying to be, I don't know, the season tickets. Yeah, man. Interesting prices there, ISA, for a magazine and preferred seating. I see what you guys are doing. I see it. But we know Champs is always something that we all look forward to. So that is fast approaching next month. Yes, because January has ended and February is going on like a runaway train. All right. So I have dedicated the next half of the show to talk about Super Bowl 58 and the NFL analyst. Yes, he's here. So we're going to hear more from him on the other side of the break. So Sports Talk, we'll be right back.
On Wednesday, February 14, 2024, the world will pause to observe Ash Wednesday and Valentine's Day.
Yes, and on Wednesday, February 14, Love 101, the family station, will celebrate 31 years of service.
31 years of giving the wind a mighty voice. 31 years of love.
On Sunday, February 11 at 11 a.m., we invite you to join us, if you can, for our anniversary service of Thanksgiving,
which will be held at the Emmanuel Apostolic Church in Portmore. The host pastor and speaker will be Bishop Everton Thomas.
And we will hear from our new general manager and others.
That's the 31st anniversary service of Thanksgiving for Love 101.
Sunday, February 11 at 11 a.m. at the Emmanuel Apostolic Church in Portmore.
Stronger together, work together,
Live together.
love together. The Family Station.
31 years.
Stronger together. This is a special announcement from Love 101 and Love Television. Our general offices will be closed to the public on Ash Wednesday, February 14, 2024, and will reopen on Thursday, February 15 at 8:30 a.m. Programs and commercials for Wednesday, February 14 and Thursday, February 15 should be submitted by 1 p.m. on Tuesday, February 13, and obituaries and notices by 1:30 p.m. on the same day to ensure scheduling for broadcast. Love 101 and Love TV wish for you and yours a peaceful, powerful, and productive Ash Wednesday.
Hurt less with Pharma Joint Flex. Taking Pharma Joint Flex daily helps to repair, replenish, and revitalize worn, damaged cartilage that causes joint pain. Do you suffer from arthritis and chronic joint pain? Then Pharma Joint Flex is the remedy for you. Our all-natural formula contains glucosamine and chondroitin, ingredients for joint repair, so you can get relief. Ask your pharmacist or doctor for Pharma Joint Flex, distributed by Massey.
It's not over.
Listen to words of upliftment in Something More with Bishop Harold Blair, brought to you by the Faith Cathedral Deliverance Center.
And he cried out to God. Have you been there? Have you been there when it seems as if you've been left all alone and no one cares for you? No one gives to you a word of comfort or consolation. But as you lift up your eyes to the hills from whence cometh your help, the Lord heard your cry.
That's Something More with Bishop Harold Blair. Something More comes to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30 a.m. here on the Family Station, Love 101.
It's not over till it's over. And it ain't over yet. Oh, it's not over.
All right. Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the Family Station, Love 101 FM. We have been joined, right, yeah, so the people can see you, We have been joined by NFL analyst. And just in case, the rest of the show is dedicated to Super Bowl 58. Okay. I don't know why I turned on my... Right. Yeah. Right. The rest of the show, the remaining of the show, it's dedicated to Super Bowl 58. And if you know anything, I know if Jamaicans don't watch NFL for the entire season, for definitely they'll be watching the Super Bowl. So we're going to be... We have a special guest. As I said, his name is Jerome Jarrett, and Jerome we'll talk about some Super Bowl. Jerome, hi, how are you?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I'm not bad. I'm so excited.
Yeah, man, it's the best time of the year.
All right, so
you talk about cricket a while ago, and it was so painful to listen to.
Oh wow!
And West Indians still follow cricket.
Oh wow! I don't love this for you, Jerome.
Giving up that ghost a long time ago.
Wow! It's the fact that you can't come into my studio and do them.
You doing it yourself? You're talking about it.
Oh no! You know what, guys? This might be Jerome's first and last
It's very painful. West Indies cricket. Oh God. Get over it. Move on.
But Jerome, before we start talking about what the people really want to listen to, which is or hear, is Super Bowl 58. Tell me now of your journey with, because my NFL journey really started last year
Wow.
through Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. Honestly.
Oh, I thought it was you said the Swifties.
No, not a Swiftie.
Okay.
I have no problem with Taylor Swift, but I'm not a Swiftie. However, my journey with Super Bowl, I'd watched, usually like everybody else, I'm interested to see when the Super Bowl championship is being played.
You watch the commercials and the
commercial and the halftime shows. Those are the things that I'm usually interested in. However, last year, after the Chiefs won, and if you know anything about me and the initials KC, then you would know where the story is.
You're one of those. Okay.
But so my NFL, not Super Bowl, my NFL journey really started last year.
Okay.
When did your NFL journey? Because you're NFL analyst, so when did that journey begin?
I'm not sure, but I think I first fell in love with the NFL after watching, I think it was 97 Super Bowl with John Elway, Denver Broncos. I think that was where my introduction to the NFL was. I mean, I loved watching the Dallas Cowboys of the 90s, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, the playmaker, and then I really dived into the NFL with the St. Louis Rams, the 2000 St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf, and that really was my my first real team that I supported. Anybody call me a bandwagonist because I jump from teams to teams. I have no loyalty when it comes out to sports. So my first real team was the St. Louis Rams, and then I can't believe I'm admitting this on TV on radio. They played the New England Patriots in the 2001 Super Bowl. The Rams were favored by I think 17.5 points, and the New England Patriots and one Tom Brady went into Arizona and beat them. And I've been a Brady fan ever since, and it's been a 20-year journey, So I pulled a Kevin Durant on people.
Jerome,
I've been a Tom Brady fan ever since.
No, Jerome, you need to pick a struggle, man.
No.
Jump.
I have one team that I've remained semi-loyal to my whole life. Semi-loyalty, and that's Manchester United. And semi-United.
Oh, okay.
And
this is going downhill very quickly. You come into my studio talking about Manchester United? No, unacceptable.
Like I tell you, I have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I can be swayed because at the rate that Tiger is going, I can be swayed. I can be swayed. I've been suffering for the last 15 years, and I don't know how much more of it I can take. I'm spoiled. I've been a Tom Brady fan and I've been a Sir Alex Ferguson fan. So I've been spoiled for most of my life.
Okay.
Right? So to be on this, I don't know what this is, for the last few years, it's been really rough.
All right. So back to the NFL. So your NFL journey started in 1997 and you didn't really support a real team. You're a Tom Brady fan. All right.
But I really dived into the game and became a real fan of all teams, and I've really loved the game from
mega fight, Jerome. Mega fight,
especially with the advent of fantasy football. I don't know if you know anything about fantasy football, but what fantasy football does is that it allows you to keep your eyes on every game and every team, because you select players from every team, and you have players from every team on your team.
So just like fantasy Premier League.
Fantasy Premier League, similar to fantasy football. Cool. So you get to know all stats of all the players. You get to know all the players. So you have an interest in every game because you have a player in every game. So the game has become very, very, very global. It has become very international. They've started having games in Europe. They've started having games in South America. So the game has become very global, and the Super Bowl is probably one of the most watched events every year
globally.
So
you're right.
So that's where it started.
All right. So, question for this season, 2023-2024 season, who was your side?
I didn't have a team this year. I
Okay,
just
you
watched.
never
I
had a
just
team.
watched.
Okay. I'm
just watched.
just ensuring that we lay some foundation in here.
I haven't.
Because you're walking on a very
Very thin line.
very thin line.
Yeah, I have not picked a new team yet. I mean, for the last couple of years, I've been with the Buccaneers. Because Brady went to Tampa, won a Super Bowl in Tampa. He retired and left a void in my heart. So I'm still finding somebody to replace that void.
Cool. All right. So before we get to tomorrow's big game, because we have a little bit of time to break down some things. Let's talk about your standout performance or performances in the Super Bowls. In the NFL. I keep on saying Super Bowl. In the NFL so far for this 2023-2024 season.
There are a number, but I'm going to talk about this rookie. He was a second overall pick, CJ Stroud, of the Houston Texans. Before he was drafted, there was talk about his level of intelligence and his football acumen, and he shut up all his critics this year. He was actually in the running for league MVP, not only offensive player of the year and not only offensive rookie of the year. He was in the MVP conversation, led the Houston Texans to the playoffs, and his future is going to be extremely bright. So I would say CJ Stroud for me was the standout performer of this year. The MVP of this season was Lamar Jackson. This is the second time he's won the MVP award. Just an amazing talent, a human joystick. He's a joy to watch.
Hey man, anybody that can throw up and catch a ball and play it to themselves, man.
He's ridiculous. One of my favorite players to watch. He took the Ravens to the NFC Championship game, favored in the NFC Championship game at home versus Patrick Mahomes, but just couldn't get it done. But Lamar Jackson, the MVP, had a standout season, as well as CJ Stroud. Honorable mention to Josh Allen, the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. Right. He's a phenomenal talent. I think he had 50 touchdowns, both passing and rushing all year. I think he's the fourth player in history to do that. So just an amazing talent, but he just didn't get it done against Patrick Mahomes again in the playoffs. All
right, great. So we talk about your stand-up performance. Any coach you would say was like, you have to give it to that coach for their performance throughout this season, not what is to come tomorrow in terms of the coaches that have been that are in the finals now, but any coaching performance you would have said, that stand out for me.
Yeah, you had a number of coaches that stood out this year. I spoke about the Houston Texans, D'Amico Ryans, a rookie head coach, first time he's coaching a team, and he took them to the playoffs. That for me was an amazing performance. But the standout performer of the year in terms of coaching was the actual coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski from the Cleveland Browns. That team started 5 different quarterbacks this season, and still managed to make the playoffs and still managed to make some noise, even though they started 5 different quarterbacks, and they dealt with a lot of injuries. Their star running back Nick Chubb went down. Their star wide receiver went down as well, and their prize free agent quarterback Deshaun Watson did not play for most of the season, and it was just injury after injury after injury, but they still managed to make the playoffs, and they still were a very, very, very dangerous team. So I'd give Kevin Stefanski of the Cleveland Browns the edge.
All right, great. So we're up on a break now. We're going to go to a break, but we're going to come back and we're going to be focusing on Super Bowl 58. Yeah. That's it, right? Because I couldn't, 2 weeks ago, I couldn't get the Roman numeral thing right. I had to go back to
5-8 for us black people.
So we're gonna go to a break, and we're gonna come right back here on the family station Love 101 with Jerome Jarrett, NFL analyst.
Building project, H&L Rapid True Value is your go-to for building supplies. From premium lumber and farm ply to steel, concrete, blocks, sand, stone, marl, and more. We've got it all at competitive prices. Need expert guidance? We've got that too. Visit any of our 10 stores for supplies and advice to get your project right. Start right. Start here. H&L Rapid True Value, your #1 store for home and hardware.
Love is in the air, and Bashko is your one-stop destination. Surprise your special someone with chocolates, wines, teddy bears, ready-made gift baskets that will make hearts flutter. Bashko, where love meets affordability. Shop today for the sweetest deals and create unforgettable moments. Come down to Bashko Maypen, February 10th at 1 p.m. for prizes and surprises. Bashko has the perfect gifts to make Valentine's extraordinary. Bashko, your love, your way. See you February 10th at Bashko Maypen.
On Wednesday, February 14, 2024, the world will pause to observe Ash Wednesday and Valentine's Day.
Yes, and on Wednesday, February 14, Love 101, the family station, will celebrate 31 years of service.
31 years of giving the wind a mighty voice. 31 years of love.
On Sunday, February 11 at 11 a.m., we invite you to join us, if you can, for our anniversary service of Thanksgiving,
which will be held at the Emmanuel Apostolic Church in Portmore. The host pastor and speaker will be Bishop Everton Thomas,
and we will hear from our new general manager and others.
That's the 31st anniversary service of Thanksgiving for Love 101.
Sunday, February 11 at 11 a.m. at the Emmanuel Apostolic Church in Portmore.
Stronger together, work together,
live together,
love together. The family station.
31 years.
Stronger together. This is a special announcement from Love 101 and Love Television. Our general offices will be closed to the public on Ash Wednesday, February 14, 2024, and will reopen on Thursday, February 15 at 8:30 a.m. Programs and commercials for Wednesday, February 14 and Thursday, February 15 should be submitted by 1 p.m. on Tuesday, February 13, and obituaries and notices by 1:30 p.m. on the same day to ensure scheduling for broadcast. Love 101 and Love TV wish for you and yours a peaceful, powerful, and productive Ash Wednesday.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station Love 101. We are joined in studio by NFL analyst who doesn't really have a team but supports Tom Brady, Jerome Jarrett, and we are going to, in this last segment of our show, focus on Super Bowl 58. Tomorrow is the big day for the NFL, Jerome. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's that year that you circle on your calendar. Hopefully you have a team in the game, but if you don't, you still watch.
You're asking me?
No, man, I said hopefully persons have a team in the game, but if you don't, you still watch it. The game this year will be in Las Vegas, and home of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
The tickets, the cheapest tickets are $12,000 US. I mean, it is a pricey experience, but
my living room is
experience as well.
Okay, I get it. I get the replays. I get everything from my living room.
Yeah, it doesn't compare. It being in the stadium is a different feeling. But yeah, we have the two teams this year. The Kansas City Chiefs trying to be the first back-to-back champions in 23 years. Against a San Francisco 49ers team that's favored by about 2.5 points. The game promises to be a good game. Usually these games don't live up to the hype, but it promises to be a good game. You have the number 1 NFC team versus the number 3 NFC team, but people widely regard Patrick Mahomes as the best player in the game today. Travis Kelce is widely regarded as the best tight end in the game today, possibly the best ever. And on the other side, you have a team that is stacked. San Francisco 49ers team is stacked from top to bottom. Their roster, have the most Pro Bowlers in the game today. So it's the best team versus the best player. So we'll find out tomorrow who will conquer.
All right. In terms of what we want to look forward to in the game for tomorrow, I support the
KC.
The KC initial. So the Kansas City Chiefs is my team, and having overcome what would I thought was the best team in the NFL this year,
Ravens.
which was the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championships. What are the chances? So what does let's do this. What does Kansas City need to do to win tomorrow? And then what does the San Francisco 49ers need to do to win tomorrow?
So like I said, let's start with the Chiefs. So the Chiefs they've not been their usual high-powered offense. Patrick Mahomes is used to being the leading quarterback in the NFL in terms of numbers. He's not been that this year. They have a young receiving core and an older Travis Kelce. He's starting to show his age. I know the Swifties don't want to hear that, but he's starting to show his age. And but they have been able to get it right at the right time. So they limped through the regular season, but during the playoff, they went on the road in Buffalo, beat a Buffalo team that was favored. They went to Baltimore, beat a Baltimore Ravens team that was favored, and now they're underdogs in the game. But they have rode their defense, and that defense has been really, really underrated so far this season. They have held every opponent they've played under 30 points this season, and they have given up on an average of 4 points per game in the second half of every game that they've played since, I think, week 13. So they have been a very, very stymied defense, and I believe if Kansas City win this game, is going to be because of the play of their defense. Their defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, is a wizard at calling defenses. He's responsible for some of the biggest games against some of the biggest name players. He's famous for the Giants' 2 victories over Tom Brady in the Super Bowls, where Eli Manning got all the credit. God, I hate Eli Manning. But
You can't say that
I can't say that
on Jesus
on
Radio.
Jesus Radio. God, I hate Eli Manning. But the Kansas City Chiefs is going to win that game because of their defense. And switching over now to the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers are favored in the game. So they have the better roster. They have the only position that the Kansas City Chiefs are at an advantage is quarterback. The San Francisco 49ers have a better running game. They have the better receivers. At tight end, Travis Kelce is marginally better than Kittle. But both of them are right there with each other in terms of tight end quality. In terms of defense, San Francisco have all the names on defense. They have, the one of the best pass rushers in the game, Nick Bosa. They have the best linebacker in the game. They have one of the best linebackers as well. In Greenlaw and Warner. And on the back end, they can cover well. But again, as like I said, it's gonna come against the best team. If the best team shows up against the best player, Patrick Mahomes is known to have awesome games when it matters the most. That's what makes him widely considered the best player today. And some people think he's the best ever because of his ability to raise his game when the stakes are the highest.
Right.
And this is he's played in the league for 6 years, and this is his 5th Super Bowl. So, his 4th Super Bowl. He has 2 and he lost one to Tom Brady. I have to put that out there. But he's gonna have to be the reason why the Kansas City Chiefs win, along with that defense. But San Francisco 49ers should be favored in the game. They are favored for a reason because they are the better team. However, it's important to note that their coach, Kyle Shanahan, has been here before. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's taken the San Francisco 49ers team to the Super Bowl. He's had leads in the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, to backtrack a little bit, this matchup, San Francisco versus the Kansas City Chiefs, is a rematch of a Super Bowl 4 years ago.
Right. That's what I was about to come to know.
And the San Francisco 49ers outplayed the Kansas City Chiefs for 3 quarters and 12 minutes.
Well,
Right? And they were up by 10 points with 4 minutes left in the game, and they lost the game. And Kyle Shanahan, he's not been able to get over that loss ever since, and he has to deal with some of those ghosts coming in this game. How is he going to call the game if he has a lead late in the game and Patrick Mahomes have the ball? What is he going to do? How is he going to match up? How is he going to find those plays to ensure that he doesn't lose another 10-point lead against Patrick Mahomes? It's going to be an exciting game. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so it's Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback against, say, San Francisco 49ers, who, to me, showed some form of championship mettle in the NFC Championships, coming back to win that game that they were
as well. They had to come back in both games.
They were down and listen, after the Chiefs game, the AFC Championship, I was super excited. I wasn't gonna spend no time watching NFC because I'm not really that dedicated to NFL right now. But I'm like, I have to come talk about it, so let me watch it. And to see the 49ers come back in a game like that, made me stop to think. It caught my attention. It made me think now, I am sure of the championship mettle of a Kansas City Chiefs side. Sure, because they've done this so many times. They've won, and they too, I think, have the advantage, maybe not in terms of players, but mentally. Especially from that, especially having they've beat the San Francisco 49ers in a Super Bowl. So you have a mental edge against a team like that.
That could be the case. It could also be the case where it's much easier to be the hunted than the hunter. You know what I mean? I am coming for you. You know what I mean? You're already at the top. I'm coming for you. I'm more motivated than you. Because the Kansas City Chiefs, let's be honest, there's really no pressure.
Yeah,
there's really no pressure. They have Travis Kelce has 2 Super Bowls. He has the one of the richest women alive in his box. Patrick Mahomes has a $500 million contract with 2 Super Bowls. His legacy is pretty much set. The San Francisco 49ers, they're hungry.
Yeah,
they want this. They need this. So they have all the pressure in the world. The Kansas City Chiefs, they can play loose. They're defending champions.
Right.
They have zero pressure on them. So it's gonna be a case of who's their nerves.
The best, yeah.
Is it a case where the San Francisco want it enough that they're gonna be pressing and they're gonna be nervous and the moment is too big? Because that team, they have a lot of veterans on that team. That team is it's not a young team by any stretch of the imagination. They're veterans on that roster, and they have a Hall of Fame time players on that roster. So it's gonna be who holds their nerves the best. That's gonna determine who will lift Super Bowl 58.
All right, so Jeremy, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat now because I'm asking you today on February 10, 2024 at 1:58 and 44 seconds. Who's gonna win the game?
All right, for me. Until somebody beats Patrick Mahomes is king. I've seen him step up to the plate in the biggest of games, and I've seen him raise the level of his competition when the stakes are at the highest. And I just think that it's going to take a monumental effort to beat him. He's on the last 3 playoff games, and neither of those players are in the game today. So I'm going to give the Kansas City Chiefs the edge in the game only because I trust Patrick Mahomes more than I do Brock Purdy. And I've seen where the San Francisco have had to come back from double-digit points in both their games at home this season. And the Kansas City Chiefs has just looked dominant on the road this season. And I think they have more experience playing in the stadium. Patrick Mahomes has never lost in the stadium. And I think there's a little bit more familiarity there. And there's a little bit more confidence. There's a little less pressure on Patrick Mahomes. And I think outside of Tom Brady, I think he's the best player I've ever seen. And I think he's going to go out there and get his 3rd Super Bowl.
All right, people, you heard it here first. Jerome Jarrett has predicted that the Kansas City Chiefs will win tomorrow's Super Bowl 58. I think Jerome has earned his place despite supporting Manchester United and everything else that goes against me.
Can you no,
you can't. Hey, did not on the Jesus Radio. I'm joking. But anyways, it has been a fantastic Saturday here on Sports Talk. Thank you so much, Jerome, for joining us.
Thanks.
Jerome has consented no, because he predicted that Kansas City Chiefs will win. By that, he has consented to be on the show next week where we will review Super Bowl 58. But that has been Sports Talk for today. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station Love 101. It was great having you, Jerome. Thank you so much for passing through. Say bye to the people. See you guys next week. All right.